What's up, y'all? Just thought I'd come on here and do a quick live. Had actually had some energy, but not much. So I wanted to try to maybe finish up these two paintings and get like the abstracts and see what we see. Like, it's funny because my friend saw like a badger, some badger cat. I see a fox. Like right here, I see a fox. Like, I know, it's so cool because there's like, you hold it different ways. You can see like, right? Like, it could be fire and like smoke, or like, you can see all kinds of weird things. Sometimes I see angels or like birds. There's all kinds of stuff. So I'm just kind of like gonna go with it. I don't know. And see what's up. I want to check in with everybody, and see how you're all doing with the state of the world and everything that's going on right now. Next week, I have the opportunity to, how do I say, go on a paid vacation. But I get to hang with cats and paint. So I'm hoping to actually be able to get to work on the helmet next week. And I want to knock it out. So I'm hoping I have some really good days, and I'm going to do a lot of lives and videos. So if anyone, because I know I have a lot of like different followers. So if anyone's like looking if anyone who's been following me to see the process with the helmet, next week will be a lot. Starting Saturday, hopefully. There'll be a lot more helmet action going on, and some cat action too. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys with that. Again, it's all conditional with my body. So right now I have to go with whatever my body says, and I have to take lots and lots of breaks, which I am not used to. I like to just go, and it is very hard to slow down. When I'm done with the helmet, I actually, I want to get back to, there's a couple pieces, yes, because clothing too, like, but, a lot of my stuff right now, I'm in the process of cleaning and moving things around, but there is a part of my heritage that is very important to me, and I had found out a couple years ago, because I want to talk about it. I really want to talk about it, because it really needs a lot of, what do you call it? It needs, attention. And it's my culture and the people that I have connected with and stuff, seeing what they go through and the racism, and like, you know, I'm privileged enough I look white. I am very white passing, and I grew up in this, like suburbs, so like I did not experience the extreme racism or anything. The only thing I would get was questions, which I didn't even know were bad, was like, what country? People would ask me all the time, where are you from? Like, what country where are you from? And I would, America? Like, I don't know. Like, my grandma was Irish. My grandma knew exactly what she was. And that's wild to me. Like, before DNA, my grandma was like, you are Irish, French, like, on her side, German, Dutch, Holland Dutch, and, there was like another, she knew exactly, she knew exactly what she was. And it was really cool. I know I'm getting into it, but like I wanted to do it with another piece, because I wanted to bring attention. Because one of the fashion pieces I'm working on, it was a painting that I was doing the painting started for a competition, and I ended up wanting to do it for my, then turned it into something for one of my shows, and it never made it to the show yet. So I will, like, that's my thing. I'm getting back into my clothing, but I need to paint, even just messy painting. It's for my mental, spiritual, physical, it's sense of accomplishment. I actually just read this morning an article, and I'll post it, about how what do you call it, how, especially for females, and I didn't realize, like, I didn't think it would, I mean, yes, there's a difference, obviously, like, but it was interesting. It was centric around people born female, how painting specifically helps them, and just 8 hours of painting a week, and it doesn't have to look like anything or be nice, and that has always been my message, like, just fucking get it out. Like, some nights, that's why I like my Friday nights, like, I'll just hang out, like, sometimes I'll hang out and just, some edibles and get freaky with the paint, make some trees. Sometimes it turns into stuff, like, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it just looks like this, and then eventually I turn it into something. I use markers and I could turn it into something, and it's a cool thing I like to do with others, like play the game, like, it's like clouds. What do we see here? Like, what do we see in these? Like, can we turn them upside down? Hey, I haven't seen you and talked to you in so long. So, like, that's my favorite part, is just, like, looking and seeing. And as I add more, like, I highlight some of the, do you see how I'm using the markers and I'm using my finger to blend them in. And if you can notice, it creates, there's a depth. Can you see the depth? Like, yes, this is 3D, but, like, adding that marker in between is creating, like, giving it a more, a more real, like, a believable, more realistic, it's giving it, depth, and giving it, like, a tone, like, yes, like, the depth, like, the darkness is bringing out this, highlighting this light. So yeah, like, I just add some things. I'm hoping this does turn to a fox, like, because that would be cute, a little fox face or something. I'm just adding some lines for now. But yeah, I really would love this to be, like, some kind of animal. Someone said a badger, a sleepy badger. I forget what the other thing was. A cat. It's just so interesting what everybody sees in the paintings, and that's my favorite part. One, letting people just learn to let go and just paint and not have to make it something, or it doesn't have to look like anything. It's just helping yourself, and it's a hard concept. It is a hard concept, because, like, I know, like I was saying before, the article that I'm going to post, that was specifically towards, they did the study toward people born female, how painting 8 hours a week has shown to help in immense ways, in, like, depression, sense of accomplishment, what do you call it? So much more. Like, I mean, I know what it does for me, so, like, that article is just, like, validation, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what I've been saying, like, all these years, but I just love that someone actually did the study and took the time to study females and to see how important it is, the creation of art, and just messing around and just, like, getting in it is just so important for so many reasons. And it also, like, it helped women feel more confident. It was just a really good article. It was really interesting, and I was like, yeah, no, I know about this. I know this. But I'll post it for anyone, and I think it can help anyone, you know what I mean? Like, I was just very happy that it was, because normally we centered toward born female, you know, because usually we get left out of a lot of the studies and, like, things we usually do, but just how important painting is, and creating, like, just creating. I don't know if anyone knows just about me. I used to be a teacher before I became disabled. I still do have my license. I can teach art from K to 12. Probably would have to update it. I have a New Jersey license, which is one of the one of the top 4 hardest teaching degrees to get. Massachusetts, New York City, California are up there too. So it was a very difficult process. I went through it with chronic illness. I don't know how I finished it. Vomiting, crying, puking, like everything, the works, you know what I mean? But I did it, and it was just the school system. It was hard for me to do every day, but I miss being around, like, the energy of kids, because kids just bring so much, like, a different perspective. So I did get to watch kids, babysit kids, and, like, I have been able to do, like, some camps and stuff, or like guest art events or speeches, or like crafts for kids, like things like that. But the energy, kids are just, because everything's new to them, so it's exciting, like everything's like, yes, like, whoa, what is this? Oh, it comes out like that, so like, if you get bored of, like, paint, you've been a painter for, like, I don't know, 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, like 10 years, 5 years. Hang out with someone that's, like, 6, 7, experiencing, 8, 9, experiencing it for the first time. Even teenagers, like, it's just so cool. Like, yeah, doing all that kind of stuff with them and, seeing what they come up with. And, like, this is such a great lesson. Like, I love doing this with especially middle school and high school, because they're the ones that are so worried about what things look like, they're always worried about, is it, it's gotta look like this symbol, it's gotta look like that, it's gotta be cool, it's gotta be whatever, because it's their friends and it's important, it's important to them. So projects like this help them break out of that mentality that it has to be something, and that art also has to be frustrating, or like has to look a certain way, or to be good, or whatever. And it's funny because if you study Picasso, I know there's so much controversy with Picasso, but I will say one thing. I believe, and my community, you can correct me, that Picasso has been recently come out that he is Romani, which is the ethnicity that my dad is. I do want to do a video, like I said, after the helmet, I'm going to do a video of some of the art that I've created and my experience with that, with my family, and learning about it, and coming to terms with some stuff with that. But with that, there's always like, oh my god, I really forgot what I was talking about. That's really funny. I can't believe I caught that on camera. Oh man, I wish I could rewind. I was like, Amy, where are you? I was like, I need my art friends to remind me what... I was like, what was I just talking about? I had a point. I usually have, like, I speak in 5-paragraph essays. Like, I always have, like, an introduction. What that is. I just gotta notice that I can turn on hand reactions, I guess, because I'm using my hands a lot. I don't know. But yes, I wanted to speak about the Roma. I want to do a video with the clothing and some of the art that I've done, that, because it's important. It's important, and it's important to know the difference. We fight for, like, they fight for equality and everything. And like I was saying, I want to talk about my experience growing up with it versus, like, I know other people have different experiences, and some of the things I've heard about in the US, like, I can't believe people in the US are being stereotyped and judged. And why am I surprised? US, we just, yeah, like, if you're not white, like, you get judged. It's unfortunate. It's a weird social country, but yet we are, I don't know, we are the land of the free. I don't know, there's been a lot going on. It's really, I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time having some US pride. This morning, but yeah, I will get into the other stuff. But this morning, what I'm really upset this morning, and I was like, I really wanted to paint to do this, and something, I spent more time with my animals and in nature today because I don't know if anyone follows the news. I've been trying not to, but it's so hard because it comes up and it's everywhere, and it's affecting everyone. But the culling and the culling of animals and the taking back of environmental protections really upset me. Like, we have a lot of animals that are on the brink of extinction here in the US. Some of them only are like maybe 10. I think there's a certain dolphin, I forget the name, it's like only 10, and we don't have rhinos, obviously, like, that's Africa, and there's only like a few, like, because of everything, because of humans, because of us. Like, we did this, we are doing this, and we're still doing it, and we're making it worse, and it just upset me so much this morning. Like, so, I don't know, I think I wanted to come on here and say, like, one of the most badass things I think anyone can do is just take care of your garden, your animals, and your community. Like, right now is what we need to lean in on. Like, I know other countries are not going through the best. I don't know how to explain that. And I know we are at fault for a lot of it, and that's a hard thing to admit, a hard responsibility. This is silver. I love adding silver. Silver really accentuates all the different lines and stuff. It was really cool. Add some layers. I like adding the gold and the bronze too. So this is like, right here, I don't know if you can see. I don't have my light on them. I apologize, or my stand today. But there is, it's raised. So as I add this silver, and you got to see in person maybe. But yeah, the environmental thing really got me. So like, if anyone, we can still fight. Take care of your gardens. Feed the birds. Like, like, keep wildlife wild, but like, feed the birds. Or start planting native plants. Like, that's probably the most important thing. Start a garden like that. Plant your own food. That is probably the most rebellious thing. And I've always said that for the past couple of years. I miss my garden, but I have a little one. So I'm thinking I may even go online and just show my little garden today. Just my little protest. Like, fuck you. We're still saving the world. We're still taking care of the creatures over here. Y'all are trying to, like, take them down. We're doing what we can to help them. It's been hard. We've had a lot of weird heat spells out here, so just even making sure there's water for the animals is huge if you don't want to feed them. You don't have to be in the suburbs or the forest or the beach or anywhere. You could do it in urban gardens. Like, I've been doing one here, and I actually am going to be working on a project next where I'm going to be doing my own type of urban gardening and bringing it to, and trying to bring the Garden of Misty to an area that doesn't, like, has wildlife. It just doesn't have a place to go. You know what I mean? Like, it needs a safe place. So, like, but again, I think I'm going to do a video on this too. I want to do a PSA on safety with animals and stuff like that, because yes, I'm a very big animal person, but and I know, like, everyone sees me have such crazy and, like, amazing interactions with them, and I'm so blessed and, like, grateful, and I love it. I do love it. But at the same time, I'm trying to keep them wild. Like, I can't help when the deer come up to you or something. I'm like, I think because I'm quiet, I don't go after them. I let them be, but they also realize I'm safe. Like, if certain animals will eat within a certain distance from me, like, because I know, they know it'll be okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go after them. I don't wave my hand. I know I'm waving my hands here, but I'm not waving my hands when it comes to my animals. I'm very, very quiet with them and very calm, and I think that's why they just come up to me. And I always have food on me too, so I mean, that might be a reason. Oh yeah, I want you guys to see this. Like when I add the white, like, look at that layer. See how like the 3-dimensional layer, I don't know, can you see that 3D layer? I'm gonna have to get, yeah. I know, because everyone sees, I'm like, but taking care of animals is also like, yeah, letting them be. I watch their ebb and flow, and I go with their ebb and flow the best I can, and I swear I try to stay out of their way. I don't know, I can't help it when seagulls land on my head. I mean, they're just as grateful for food. So I heavily feed in the winter if it's a hard winter, and I heavily feed around what do you call it? When they're migrating and baby season. So baby season though, in the summer I do just straight like mealies and suet. I do early baby season for the parents, and then midsummer I just kind of like, I let them do their thing. I let them, or I put mealies in the grass so they have to hunt, like I don't try to make it challenging. We don't want to make it easy. They have to get used to natural life, like, so to help the parents out. And it's funny because my old garden, I would laugh because I swear the parents would just drop their kids off for the day. I was like, oh my God, they're just dropping them off on my porch and then leaving. I was like, this is really funny. Like, oh, we trust you. Watch. I was like, I am becoming a daycare for baby birds and teenage birds, and I didn't even realize. But yeah, educate yourself on wildlife, educate yourself on how to help them the best way, because sometimes we think we're doing the best, but we may not be. Like, even with hummingbirds, you got to make sure the feeders are clean. Like, I haven't been able to clean I took my feeders down, but I planted flowers for them. Like, only because I've been sick and I don't want to make them sick. So it's just certain things like that, and how to, plant stuff that is native to them and go with the animals' flow and let them still be wild, right? How's that work? It's a natural balance. But it is so rewarding. It is so rewarding taking care of them. Part of what my next animal project, I have to do is going to be probably taking care of pigeons. I just know it. I know where I have to help out. There is a huge pigeon community. So I'm learning, there's been a lot of accounts and a lot of people that have been talking about how the pigeons get string tied around their feet. Not just string, hair, especially city pigeons, get all kinds of stuff. So, I gotta find that account too for anyone there's a couple, but there's one specifically, this girl that she does it in New York City, and she does a really good job, and she's really kind of explaining it. I think it's New York, yeah. And, it's just so helpful. Like, it's just something like that. If you can just learn a little something like that, just help the animal out, and then let it go, and then free it, But pigeons are amazing. I've been learning so much about them because of the next project. I've been learning so much, just history and U.S. history with pigeons, and how we trained them for different wars. But like, I always knew that, but I'm reading the details of how they did it, and it's very fascinating. Like, these birds, they brought over to, like, I think it was it Vietnam or something? They had these birds, and they were able to let them loose, and they were able to fly back. Like, one bird, a couple of these are actually, they won the National Medal of Honor. They're in I think they are now, isn't there a military museum or honor museum that they have? There's a lot of stuff out. And these birds have made national heroes. They've, one of them, I think he flew across the world to deliver this message, got shot in the eye. I think it was missing a leg, half a wing, and it still got the message there. And, like, bizarre. Like, yeah, these birds are incredible. Like, and now I'm forgetting, but, like, my brain, but it is, if it's something you're interested in, definitely look up U.S. history with pigeons. And they came from New Jersey. This is why, this is another reason why, like, here. So they originally, the project started here, close to me in Fort Monmouth, and they were training pigeons for the war and stuff, and how they had thousands of pigeons, and we're training them, to how to deliver messages and so forth and everything. And that's why there's a lot around in the East Coast area up here, because we had so many that were trained. Unfortunately, a lot also passed. But definitely, if that's something you want, look them up. And there's three to four maybe, but 3 known pigeons. I'm talking about pigeons. We should talk about bears, though. 3 known pigeons. Yeah, I'm talking about the U.S. pigeons that have medals of honor. I think they won the Congressional Medal of Honor. These 3 to 4. I think it's, maybe one got an honorable mention, but there's definitely 3. I know I'm always talking about birds. And I was talking about how that project started in New Jersey, the military project with the pigeons, which is really fascinating. But I also, since Amy Rowe Art's on here, pigeons and the bears, I know, right? Living together, all of them. We should talk about bears. I know we have bears around where I am, but I'm so lucky that I'm in a populated area that they're scared. where my art friend is, they just come and eat her garbage. They just climb up the trees. It's wild. It is so wild to see. Just see bears like that. It's like their playground. They love it. But yeah, it's about the history of pigeons, and like how I'm learning more and more how to help pigeons, and like, believe it or not, turmeric. Like, I used to do this for the pigeons I had. There was a group. I only had 4 in my last garden. It was 2 couples, and they lived with the colony of pigeons by the PetSmart, but they would hang out by me, right? And they were so trainable. It was wild. They'd come in. Well, first of all, if I would drive by the PetSmart, I'd call their names. And I was like, I do this a couple times, because I was like, I'm curious if they're gonna find me, if they're gonna follow me home. And sure enough, I'd come home and they'd be sitting on the roof waiting for me in the exact same spot, and I'd have to come out, and they wanted one of them, like, because my house had to have peanuts labeled human and bird. You know what I mean? The food in the house was labeled for all the different creatures, and that, garbage is gold. Yeah, garbage is gold to a lot. Yeah, the bears. But yeah, these pigeons would wait, and it was just incredible, like, how smart they were, and like, when you read up more about them. So when you read more about these pigeons and like what they do and stuff. And just how intelligent. But yeah, pigeons love garbage too. I know, have you seen that one? I feel so bad. That one pigeon, it's like this. It's in New York City. It's like this fat. It's just like sitting there eating. I'm like, oh my God, this poor dude. He can't even fly. Bears. I know, we love the animals. And, I was just saying that I got to do a PSA about animals, like proper animal care. And like, I'm like, I know it looks cool. Like they come up to us, but like, I swear I don't go after them. I swear, just like chill. Yeah, I was just talking about like keeping wildlife wild. I say it with such a, it's so hard. It's so hard because they're so grateful. They're just as curious as we are, they love you. Like you're giving them food, you're hanging out, we're all like living together. And I'm sure, like the animals are like, what's up? But yeah, it's so hard to keep them wild. They know too. They know humans equal food, or sometimes they take advantage. Oh, they're smart. Also, I wanted to give a plug to Muddistry. If you haven't yet, Muddistry has its own brick and mortar shop in Milford, Pennsylvania. Am I right? If you want to put the address, you can go for it. So yes, they have an Etsy. They also have a website. They have a lot of stuff. They do sculptures, all different types of sculptures. They have like incense holders, cups, mugs, bowls, bird feeders, like really cool, just like even abstract cool stuff. They have giant things. They have paintings too. They even have so many art supplies. So yeah, definitely, if you can, check out their website. They have it Etsy too. It's Muddistry, M-U-D, Mud, I-S, Mud is T-R-Y. Did I spell it right? Muddistry. I always post them all the time. But yeah, like, I'll probably I'll post something. Yeah. If you're in Milford, Pennsylvania, they finally got their brick and mortar and they're open on the weekends. I think 10 to 4, 10 to 5. 6, something like that. So yeah, they have some really cool stuff and they are amazing people. So support your local artists and support amazing local artists. Yeah, they're good people. Like I said, they do customs. I gotta do a video of one of the customs they did for me, which was dope. It matched. I asked them to do a custom to match a wallpaper for my brother for Christmas and his girlfriend. They just moved to a new apartment and they loved it so much. Like it was so funny. My brothers were in the bathroom with the art piece and they're like, and they're like doing the whole like art critique and like, oh wow, and analyzing it. And I'm like, okay, I did my job here. Like I did, but I was laughing. I'm like, wow, like they just appreciate it. And just the fact that I didn't realize how much of an influence, like when you critique art or just talk, or say things, what people pick up. But like, it was so cool to see them get into it. And, yeah, it's beautiful. I was just there the other day and I saw it and I was like, oh, I love it. It's a soap dish and a toothbrush holder and it matches. It's got like these bugs and it's just so cool. So yeah. They do such awesome stuff. They have, in their shop too, they have magazines. They might even, be starting to have some, like, prints from they have their prints, but they might be starting to do some other artists. So, check them out. Yeah, they're so cool. So, guys, I will, put their link in my profile too. So, I gotta put the link about how art helps women, people born female, and I'll put the Muddistry thing. But I was glad I was able to come on here and talk to you guys today. I don't know if this is finished yet. It didn't come out like the fox, but we'll see. We'll see what comes out. We'll see. I'm not quite finished, but I'm getting tired. And I want to keep some of my energy up because I actually do. There's some things like I can't do live. I have to work on, like, I have to focus. Like, when I'm live, it's hard. So I may do some things when I'm live. Like, if I talk, it's hard to talk and do both, but one of my lives, it'll probably be quiet if I have to do it. So yeah, I'm excited. So this week, so starting the first week in August, I'm gonna get back into the helmet, and hopefully be able to do some lives and more videos and stuff with that. Taking a break, so this is all I got done for today. I'll do like a close-up of it too, so you guys can see all the different like layers and angles and things like that. And then after the helmet, I want to get into my, my disability, my clothing, and I want to talk about that one aspect of my heritage that is very important to me, my Romani, and Irish, like all my, it's all me, all my DNA is me, so it's all important. But this one is one that just it doesn't get as much acknowledgement, and we don't get the right treatment in different countries and stuff. And I think I was mentioning that. Oh, that's what I was wanting to mention before. When I lost my thought, I was talking about how in the U.S., I've heard that some states are requiring you to give your nationality, and this is not the census. This is separate, and especially if you're Romani, you have to apparently register as so. I don't know why. It's only a few states. I don't know what that's just a little weird for me. I don't know how to take that or handle that, but yeah, so that's gonna be, these are like just upcoming things, and I also, like I said, I'm preparing for some health stuff, too, on top of, so everything takes time. I'm like Mr. Rogers. I'm slow AF. Slow. He did it. That's why he did his slow. He did it slow because he knew kids needed that, and that didn't get that, and I think we need that now, and that's why I've always kept mine. I take my time with everything. I'm slow. Even before my disability, I just am so detailed. I take my time and add so many layers, and thanks. I was like, love you, thank you. My abstracts, yeah. And I gotta finish my skateboards, I know. But yeah, I take my time, even before that, and that's why I kind of like do these lives very slow. There's a point to it. And I do it real, like sometimes I put on makeup, but I'm wearing this Meowica shirt that I wear like every time I'm in a paint. I have 2 painting shirts and a sweatshirt. Like, I try to keep it real, show you guys like I'm a real person. This is something you can do. It's chill. I'm not AI, right? Like, and we'll slow it down. That's why I hope when I say paint with me, I want you guys to just relax. Like, I know it's a hard thing in our society, and that's what I loved about the Mr. Rogers show, was how and Bob Ross, like, they all were quiet, and like it was like about taking your time and appreciating what you're doing, and appreciating the paint and appreciating the moment. And I think that's something that we all need to get back to too, and that's why I love being in nature. So that's my 5-paragraph essay. I'm gonna tie it up before I leave about nature. So like being in nature also helps ground you, just like painting. Doing both in nature is like, whew, that's like a double dose of like goodness for your soul. But yeah, if anyone who's upset about some of the recent laws, you can still be a rebel and fight. You can still take care of animals and feed them, and still plant native flowers, and still help out. Like, hope is not lost. So yeah, keep painting, guys. Talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me. I love y'all.
Oh yeah, let's see if we can get some of this in the light so you guys can see. Oop. Did it? I'm trying to get this in the light so it's not. There we go. I know. I'm like, oh, that's not right. I gotta get the right coloring. I want you guys to see, like, it's so hard until you see it in person.